Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. So, the other day I got an email from one of my subscribers that says he bought a coin collection from someone. He actually does it quite often because there's no local coin shops near him. And he found this coin that looked to be an 1892 Barber Dime. But the reverse of the coin, which is the backside, is not like normal Barber dimes. It actually doesn't even have a denomination. So I told him to send me some pics, and this is what he sent. Now you can see this is the obverse, which is the front of the coin, which looks a little off already. But as he sent the back of it, which is the reverse, I was shocked. I mean, he asked if it was a replica, and it's not even replicating the back. It doesn't even look anything like the back of the coin. You know, it's really interesting because I looked up for the year 1892 Barber Dimes and if there's any errors or die varieties, and nothing to this extent came up. The only die varieties were like on the mint marks. There was like a double stamping that I saw and a couple other things on the obverse, but I'm curious what you guys think. I recommended, I gave him my input to say the first thing I would do is go to my local coin shop because they can look under a magnifying glass and see if it's real or not. And I told him I don't want to get his hopes up and say it's really expensive, but it possibly could be. I mean, I have no idea. I've never seen anything like this. So when I mentioned, go to your local coin shop, he said, well, he doesn't have any around him. And that's how I found out that's, that case, which is going to make it a lot harder. So I just gave him my advice. I was like, honestly, like, I don't know at that point. I mentioned, I could throw it up on my channel and see what you guys have to say because, I have a good amount of you guys that like silver stacking and like coin collecting. So hopefully one of you guys can give me some insight on if this is real, if it's not, what it is, what could it possibly have been. It's really interesting. I mean, to say the least. 1892 is extremely old as well. So if this was made back then, what were they trying to do with it? Because it's a completely different design, like completely. It looks like there's scratchings on it on the middle part, but it also like there's like a floral type thing. But the also if you see at the bottom of the picture, there's these like two bolts, and it looks like where the mint mark would have been in the middle and the bottom, it's like scratched off, but it has toning, so it's old. It's not like it's new and it's just some like mess around. It looks like it actually was made back then. So back then, the technology isn't the same as it is today. This was stamped with something, and it was actually stamped, and it's really interesting. I'm mind blown by this. Like the more I've been looking at it, the more details, the more things that are popping out to me that are really interesting. I mean, I don't even know if what this could be appraised for if you did take it to a coin shop because how I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. So hopefully one of you guys have some type of clue to what it is or what, where it came from, just kind of the gist about it or this coin story. I think it's beautiful. It's just really interesting and it's just really odd. Also, if you don't know what it is, do you have any recommendations on how I could find out what it is for him? Because obviously he doesn't even have a local coin shop to go to, so I kind of took it under my responsibility to figure out for him. I let him know I would throw it up on my channel, see what you guys have to say, and I'll try to figure it out. Because it's cool in my opinion as well. Like I'm curious now, and I told him like if you do figure out, please keep me updated because I'm really interested, and I will keep you guys updated as well if you want to. And also, if you guys have any coins like that, because I've actually had a couple in my past. I had one with a gold coin. It was actually a 1 gram gold. What was it? I think it was the Incuse Indian or something like that. But I bought it. Same situation. I bought it actually from one of those huge coin listings. or it was a coin collection, but it was listed as unsearched coins, and it wasn't those ones you find on eBay that like the scam ones. It was actually, you know, a legit one that a guy had passed down to him, and I had this gram gold coin in there, and I didn't know what it was, and it was a cool story to kind of, you know, figure out what happens, and or you know, the life of the coin, because these coins do have a story. But anyways, I'll stop rambling. I'm just really curious, and if you guys do know. Now, if you do, if you do know any information and you want to email me personally, I recommend emailing me at silverfiend21@gmail.com, because there's a lot of comments on my videos, and it's kind of hard to keep up with every single comment, especially since I post multiple videos throughout the day. I can't keep searching through all my videos reading comments. So if you really do know anything about this, just emailing me directly at silverfiend21@gmail.com would be the best way to reach me, or if you have any information on you know, on this coin itself. Now, it is an 1892. There is no mint mark. Obviously, the mint mark look, or where it would have been, is scratched off, but I'll keep the guy's name anonymous. So you know, obviously, I don't want to put anyone out there like that for obvious reasons. So if you do, let me know. I will contact him and keep him updated. He'll probably be watching this video as well, so you can comment down below. But what do you guys think about the coin? I think it's absolutely beautiful. I think it could be worth something, especially since there's no pictures even on Google at all of, even if it was a fake, there's nothing out there. And it would be extremely weird if it was a fake, because why would they fake a coin that obviously on the back doesn't show any type of money symbolism? Because if you're going to fake a coin, you'd want to fake it to look like the real thing so you can use it for illegal purposes. But this is an obviously not even intended to look like that. So it's just, the more things that are getting pieced together, the more interesting it is. And if you look at it, because the normal coins, they almost look similar to some extent. It almost looks like this was like part of, because when coins get stamped, sometimes I know there's two layers, or there could be multiple layers of stamping. It almost looks like it was one stamp, and then they're going to put like the floral, because you know, on the reverse of the normal coins, it looks almost like the flowers, or the whatever is the branches on the side. And then it says, you know, 1 cent in the middle. But it looks like, and that's not scratched off. It would be different if the coin was scratched off, or you could see where it said 1 cent. Then I would think it was more of a replica, or a coin that was just heavily, you know, heavily eroded or destroyed. But this looks nothing like, you can clearly tell the patterns are different. And those two like fanning flower sun things, those would, I'm assuming, be where the mint marks would be. Not, but you could think about flipping the coin sideways, but that wouldn't make sense, because on the other side, I'm assuming that's where the obverse's head would be at the top of this. Because where it's stapled at, I can tell he stapled the obverse. You know, obviously they're connected. So yeah, that would be where the head would be. So I really have no idea. I'm kind of just thinking out loud as we go on, kind of how you see my process. But the most interesting things and I'm making this for him as well, because it's kind of hard to email all this stuff. But and this could help you if you have a coin like this, kind of how I think about it, or how I analyze a coin to see its value, or whatever, everything about it. I look at, you know, the mint mark, obviously, the date of the coin. Is there any key dates? Is there any mint errors or die varieties? A mint error is when a coin you know, gets misprinted by the mint. Die variety is if they made several different variations of the coin. Just a little FYI if we're out there. But this doesn't look like any of those, because a mint error would mean that it was misprinted, and this is clearly not even a misprint. And a die variety, this could be a die variety, but it doesn't make. That's the weirdest thing about this coin, is that it doesn't even make sense to be a die variety, because there's no even indicator that this was going to try to be stamped as an actual coin. So this is just something that I'm really left in the dark with, and hopefully one of you guys can figure out, or if you have any other perspectives on it, as you kind of heard like my opinion on it and how I'm thinking about it. If you have any other points, even if you don't know what it is, if you have any other points on how to tell what it is, or I would love to know, just for my own, educational purposes, just for my own curiosity, but also it could help us maybe get one step closer. But another thing is sharing links to where he could send these pictures into, or I could send these pictures into, because this could be something extremely rare that people haven't seen, or have, very few people have seen. So I'm just kind of at a loss of words. I'm really curious. So thank you guys. If you do want to email me, if you know anything at all, even if you know it's a fake for sure, whatever, email me, silverfiend21@gmail.com. I would highly appreciate it, and I'm sure he would too. But I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Even if you didn't, don't know anything about the coin, hopefully this was still an informational video, just to kind of break down how I try to analyze a coin, or tell what it is, or how old it is, or anything, anything along those lines. You can apply this to your silver stack as well, especially for a coin collector. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I hope you guys appreciated it. Hopefully we can figure out what this thing is. My friend that sent me the pictures, thank you for reaching out to me. Hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.